Hello, this is Rebecca here with Create with Rebecca, and I'm here in my second video for snail mail ideas. And I have created this fold-out card, and I found my inspiration from an online from Instagram. It's paper_sweet_pea. Her name is Kylie, and I'm going to leave her Instagram link in the message below, so that you can go and check out her feed and see all the pretty ideas that she has as well. So in this video I'm going to use one of my design cards. You could use any card that you like, and I'm going to create a fold out card, and I'll show you some examples here in just a moment. So what you will need is a few accessories, little paper accessories. The card, I'm going to put a washi sample in the card. I'm going to be creating a ribbon paper clip, so I have that. I'm going to also have these envelopes in here that will hold a lot of these little goodies that I'm going to include in the fold-out card. And inside one of these envelopes is, and I might use some of these for decorations, but these are just little die cuts that I've had. And this is a sticker that I'm going to just include as little goodies in there as well. I have a paper doily for decorations. I'm also going to be using some of these cut-out journaling cards, these Project Life journaling cards, and then I'm also have an assortment of papers that will also be included as decorations. So let me show you a few examples that I worked on, and that way you can kind of get an idea of where we're heading. So this first one, this is actually going to be going to my pen pal that is part of the one little word series that I have. It's Courage, and I'm including one of my buttons that I had created for some of the sales that I do. And then it just kind of folds up, and inside here I'm going to include little quotes about courage. And then I've created this little pocket, which I'll show you. I'm going to do the same thing in this one that I'm going to demonstrate, and this is for the letter. So that's one. And then they kind of got a little bulkier as the evening progressed as I created these, but let me show you this one. This is another one of my Cupcake Girl series, and inside here I have little journaling cards that I cut, which I'm going to also include in this one that we're going to create. They show up like this. They're part of this little, they come in these packets, and so I like to cut these out and include them in cards and stationery kits. So that was part of that. Inside here I'm going to include the letter, and then I have a spot for a bag of tea, and then here is I kind of did a sweet theme here, and this is a paper clip, a ice cream cone paper clip. And then I'll show you this one. She is actually called Happy Mail, so I just think that's just perfectly fitted for a snail mail sending card. A card being sent snail mail. Inside here I have a washi sample, and here's a little bits and bobs that I'm also going to include in this this card. This is one of the shaker cards, shaker packets that I made, and I'm going to have the letter in here. And this girl here that I'm sending this to, she's actually used to live in Texas, so I ordered this from Etsy seller called Posh Pieces, and I'll leave her link below as well. And then this is just a little die cut, just saying hello, hello, hello. And I'll include the letter in here. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you the steps I make to create this card. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the fold out. And I think in this instance I might go out. You can do it up as well. It's the same process. It basically is going to take washi, which I didn't include in here, but I'll pull some washi out. And I had already pulled these designs This is from Antiqui, and this is this design here. And then the yellow one I pulled just from a plain cardstock by American Crafts. And this one, I don't have the paper pack in here for this one. So first thing I'm going to do is create the fold out. And all I do is I come in here and I'm going to just measure it and cut it. Okay, and then what I might do is actually come in here and trim it down just a little bit so that it doesn't get too bulky when you go to fold it. So you'll see just that little bit of allowance right there. So I'll just kind of eyeball it and trim down the edges. Okay, then we'll come in here and washi this together. So let's see here. I'm going to kind of use a color that's, this is, oh, I like this. I'm going to use this washi. And basically we're just going to measure it out. Usually I'll just come in here and you're going to halfway put the washi. And I'll show you that in just a moment. See how it's halfway. So it's halfway on this card, and then it's going to be halfway on the fold out. So come in here and add this like that. And then what I do is I will reinforce. And you can change out the different washi as you it's up to you how you want to do this. If you want to do different kinds, I typically stick with some consistency, and then it just folds. I didn't quite put that on. This wasn't supposed to happen while I'm on video, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. I didn't quite have it on, let's start over again. I didn't quite have it on the edging, so it was buckling. So we're going to try this again. Because so you can see I was kind of bending it. So let's start over again. I'm just going to leave that on there. Line it up. Make sure it folds. There we go. That's the joy of washi. You really gotta love it. It allows for mistakes and you to be able to correct them without ripping your paper. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and come in here. Actually, I'm gonna kind of decide on, so right here, I think I'm gonna put this. I'll trim this edges down. And then inside here, I'm just going to kind of sit and figure out what I'm going to do. I might put, well, let me tell you what the envelopes are for, okay, as we go along. So I might going to put this here, and this one's going to hold my little bits and bobs. Okay, like that. And I have a string that attaches that. This has, this one's going to hold my washi. So I can go ahead and put my washi sample in there. I might put that here. And then this one is going to actually hold the letter that I write. So I'm going to kind of come in here and figure out what I'm going to do. I really like these see-through, let me show you a little bit of these. They're see-through. This is really nice cardstock that actually has that grooved feeling to it. And I like it because you can put it behind, you know, and still see the colors coming through, the different designs in the background. But there's hello, happy, lovely, perfect, today, sweetheart, you make me smile. Let's see here. Cool, gold, and then it looks like repeat, and then a heart. Okay, so let's see here. I think I had decided kind of earlier on that I was going to put hello. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and go ahead and add a designed background to here. And this is where I'm going to come in and just use my glue stick and glue all along the spot on my glue, acting like it's maybe down to the very end. It's kind of being sticky. Not wanting to move along the paper smoothly. So I'm going to come in here, see if you can get that on camera, move all this stuff out of the way, and just line it up on the card to where it's still going to bend like that. And then I'll come in here and trim it out. Washi and glue, sticky. Okay. And there we have it. It still folds up just like that. Okay, so let's get decorating. Now you could come in here and possibly put paper, like a colored paper on this, but I think I'm going to leave it blank. There's a lot of colors and activities already going, so I'm going to leave that one blank. So I'm going to come in here, and I decided to put this up here, so I'm just going to trim this down where it fits. A lot of times you can use a paper cutter to make it more accurate. And if you're wondering, these actually are part of the Simple Stories Snap kit. They're kits that I get. I highly recommend them. They come with different, this shape, they all fit in those, the page dividers that have the different sizes. So they're all different sizes. They all have different quotes. Some of them are small. This is one that came out of one of the kits too. Is this little die cut flower. Speaking of the die cut flower, I might need to use some on here. That looks cute. So yeah, see, these are little perfect little additives to any page. Okay, and we may come back, I might come back and put some washi once I figure out the color schemes and how it's flowing. Okay, so on this section here, I'm going to kind of just eyeball. I'm going to put the washi sample here. Over here we can go ahead and put this down. I might wait because I'm going to figure out exactly what other bits and bobs I'm going to put on the page, so I might need to add some more if I use them all on this. Okay, so, and then over here we've decided that we're going to put, this is where I'm going to add my letter. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Actually, this I know is a little bit bigger. I like the rounded corners on this, but I don't know if I want to. I have a rounder, but it's, I might have to dig around for it, which would take quite a while because let me show you how I keep my punches. They're in this big huge box of, and I sometimes just have to, oh, here it is right here on top. I will have it. So put that back up there and we'll be able to use it. And what I'm doing is just lining it up. Well, it's making a little bit more curve than what I had intended, but let's see if we can go with it. Made it more like an oval. Let's see how it looks. Not too crazy about it, but I might be able to add some washi tape or some little flowers or something and it'll work. So let's go ahead and get that glued down. And then I'm going to glue this envelope down, and this is where I'm going to actually include my letter. Okay, and get this glued down. I think I'm going to go on this side. Okay, and then we're going to add this in here, like that. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and add a paper clip, I believe, to, trying to think here, if I'm going to have room to, because I need it to be attached to something, so I need like heavier cardstock that I can kind of clip it onto. It's something that's appealing still. Let's go ahead and make the paper clip and then we can go from there. And I always kind of keep some color coordinated packets of ribbon, so I may just kind of go with the orange and the yellow gingham. In case you haven't made these before, you basically just fold the ribbon in half where you have your loop here, and you always want your prongs up because that's how it's going to clip on. You put the fold piece in there, and then you just rub the ribbons on the bottom through that loophole. See how the paper clips in the middle? And then it creates, which I'm going to be kind of wasting some ribbon, but look, it creates this cute little tassel paper clip. And then I always cut my ribbons off at a diagonal. For one, it might keep them from unraveling as much, but I think it also creates a finished look on it. And there we have it. So let's see about what we can do to create a little cute, oh, let's see what we have here. Let's see if we can use one of these little pieces of cardstock that you can cut out and use like as journaling cards. Kind of overlaps that. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to move this on this side. And what I'm trying to do is, this just doesn't look right. It looks like it's out of place. So I'm going to add this and see if we can make it look like it's just kind of a little collage of accessories. And then we could probably put some washi. Excuse me. So sorry. I felt that coming on, and it was here before I knew it. A lot of times with these ribbons, and I can do this later when I get my hot glue gun heated up, is I'll add a little bit of glue right there just to keep it in place. So with this, since I want it to be able to come in and out, I'm just going to add glue right along the edges here. of, once it's dry, it'll stay attached. And we have it. And then we're just going to come in here and trim this off. And then what I might do is just come over here. Okay, so what we were going to add over here was this little bits and bobs. I feel like there needs to be something up here. It's too white. I wonder if I could do this. Oh, that would look pretty. Okay, let's add this other half of the paper doily to the top. Because see, I feel like it's just too white and not enough fun stuff up there. I mean, like, it just doesn't look complete to me. So I'm just going to add that. And there we go. Again, I'll come back in with my hot glue gun and reinforce that. Okay, so over here are going to be the little bits and bobs. So let's see what we got. We've got flowers, we've got a heart, another flower. I was actually hoping to put that butterfly on here somewhere, but we'll include it in there. A sun, a life, a butterfly, a sticker with a heart and snow cone, and another flower. So I'm just going to stick these in here. And actually have some little flags. Just some little bits and bobs. And I had this little string that came with this, that came off. And so, I'm just going to put it back on. And then I'm just going to add glue to this envelope. And glue it down. Like that. And there we have it. We have the gist of the fold-out card. Let's try this out. Now, let's see here. Now I kind of come back in here and I add like some washi. I'm going to come in with this washi tape. I should have probably did this before I put down that envelope. That's okay, we can work with it. Trim it off here. And that way it just kind of gives it a more unified look. There we go. And then I was digging through my things and I found this little butterfly cut out, and I thought that would look cute if I did that along here. So that may actually be too bright of a yellow. That punch is kind of finicky. It's a Martha Stewart punch, and it sometimes is challenging to punch through heavy cardstock, but let's give it a try on this one. Okay. Oh, you know what? That would be cute, having little butterflies on here like that. Instead of adding them. Because my thought process was we could kind of add I like these little, when you punch out, you have kind of the punch out of the punch out. And that looks kind of cute there too. But I'm thinking I like the little butterfly. Okay, so we're going to come in here. You see my space gets messy, but that's okay. And I'm going to just add some different washi in here. Just to start adding some different flowers and look to it. And actually I will be putting letter or write, probably letter on here. I'll clean those in just a minute. And then we could add washi name on here. Let's see here, where's my W? Kind of looks like an M too. Oh, I see the M over there. I've kind of gotten to where I don't purchase alphabet letters anymore. One, I use up the ones, the A's, the E's, the T's, and all that, and then you're left with all these unusable letters, or they're usable but you just don't use them as often, and then you have a huge messy stack of letters that can't be used, and just when you find one you're like, oh good, I can use this one, you can't find the match. It's so frustrating. So I've kind of gotten to where if I see different styles of stamps, I'll pick those up because they just I feel like they're more worth your money. My daughter just walked in, so I'm just waving to her. On my door of my studio, I have a sticky note that says filming, so that way they know I'm in here filming. So let's finish this up here. Where's the S? Oops. And there we have it. And let me add my little butterfly. Oops, I got some stamp on that. I must got it on my fingers. It's okay. Gives it a little fun look to it. Okay, so here we have it. And you know, you could still go in and add some stickers or different embellishments, which I might still do. But this just gives you an idea of how to create a fold-out card. And then fold it up. Now, with these other ones, they were so bulky, I used twine. So that is something you could do. I've got some orange twine here, and I just pulled it out. And I wrap it around, and it is ready to be mailed. And just to show you on the envelope part, what I will do is come in here and get an envelope, and I will actually add the washi that I've used, whatever I did with that washi. Oh, here we go. So I'll come in here and coordinate the envelope to match. And there we have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.